So today we're actually going to have a little change of pace. Instead of working on cars, I'm going to show you guys how to restore a lawnmower. If you live in the South, you either have one of these sitting in your yard or you've seen one before. It's a snapper. So this is from the early 90s on this one. And it's a perfect way to learn how to work on cars, especially if you're afraid of how to work on cars. Buy one of these really cheap, rip apart the motor. I'm going to show you guys how a carburetor works today and what problems that can cause and how to fix it. These snappers have basically everything that a car has, but in a super dumbed down, simple version. So you have ignition up here, your fuel tank normally sits right there, which then feeds into a carburetor. I've already disassembled the majority of the stuff, but the carburetor sits down there. And instead of you having a distributor, you actually have a magneto that spins, and that's your distributor, which then goes in a spark plug right down there. Little box doodad is the carburetor, right? So this mixes air and fuel. Now the fuel comes in through this here tube from a gas tank that's normally mounted right there, so we'll put on later. This front plate is the choke and restricts and allows the amount of air that's allowed to go into the carburetor as it mixes. The little tube on the inside right there, the little copper tube, is where the fuel comes in from these bowls. So the gas comes in here, goes into this bowl, fills up this bowl, comes out this tube. On the back end is where it allows the gas to actually go into the combustion chamber, which is right there. So the engine will ask for more fuel, which will open this up, which will allow gas to come from that tube on the inside and then shoot into the engine and make you go forward. We are hacks. Instead of rebuilding that, I just bought a new one for like $8. Okay, now all you have to do is put these hooks into the corresponding holes. So this one will be throttle, this one will be choke, this is the choke, this one is the throttle, and then we just mount it up there with a gasket on the back, and then put gas in it, and it should fire up. Yay! This is what everything looks like when it's reassembled. This is the choke, throttle. Now this is very important right here. It's a little spring that is connected to the rear of the engine. This is a governor spring. This is what makes sure that your car doesn't over rev, right? Or your lawnmower in this case. So in milliseconds or however they did it, this can automatically adjust to stop the flow of gas to make sure that this motor and this piston does not rev so high that it busts the back end out. What a functioning choke should look like. That is the choke when it's fully closed. That's the Webbit because the Webbit's fast and the Toto's really slow. So just push up on the choke and then that should close. Should close all the way flush and then slowly let up, and then it lets more air in, less air, more air. Installed battery, the carburetor, gas tank, all the fuel lines, stuff like that. Now it's time to start it, but unfortunately it's clicking, right? So it's making a connection, but it's not turning over. I'll show you why. This right here is a starter gear. So when you turn the key like that, this is supposed to pop up, grab the flywheel, and spin this over. Unfortunately, this gear is stuck up. It's getting power because it's getting hot, but the windings in here have seized. So we just need to get a new one of these. 20 bucks, held together by that negative wire. Always make sure that these negative grounds are always cleaned off because you don't want any rust inhibiting the flow of electricity. But after that, should be good enough to mow the lawn.